Hi Aries and Aries rising, this is your October 2016 forecast. So September was a bit of a heavy month. You know, there were two eclipses, one in Virgo in your 6th house, and Mercury was also retrograde in the sign, so you may have found that you had to do and redo and go over endlessly, like, you know, with tasks around work and, you know, general organization. So it was quite fastidious and fussy, and you know, there could have been some dramatic changes of direction. And Mars was still a bit frustrated, and this, of course, is your ruling planet. But October is said to be a lot more positive. I mean, Jupiter did move into Libra, into your 7th house of partnerships, where it's going to stay for a year. But also, your ruling planet Mars is in Capricorn and in your 10th house for all of October. So this puts a very strong emphasis on getting recognition in your professional career, you know, wanting to get to the top, wanting to succeed at what you do. Mars in Capricorn is very strong. It's in the sign about every 2 years. And in your 10th house, it's in an angle. So it's all about profession, career, recognition, getting results. You know, Mars in the 10th in Capricorn, very grounded in earth sign Capricorn. So industrious, hardworking, disciplined. Yeah, so although you're feeling very ambitious to get to the top, you're prepared to be patient, you're prepared to do the work that needs to be done. So, and it's going to give you the wherewithal to get the recognition and to achieve your professional goals. So a very strong month in terms of career for Aries in October. Okay, so let's look at what's happening for the rest of the month. So Jupiter, like I said, is in Libra. It's in your 7th house. The 7th house is the house of all significant partnerships. So this is business partners, romantic partners, like, you know, long-term boyfriends, girlfriends. And also, like I said, not just romantic partners, it's also people that you consult with professionally, so lawyers, astrologers, accountants. And if you yourself consult, you know, it's going to be a very good position for that, and for growing partnerships generally. In Libra, Jupiter is really striving for harmony, for social connectedness, you know, balancing the scales. So it's all about a give and take, and, you know, making sure that partnerships are very productive and constructive and serving both people. And the new moon on the 1st of October really highlights this theme. So Sun, Moon and Jupiter will be together in your 7th house. So it's the startup of, you know, for the next 2 weeks to 4 weeks until the next new moon, you want to really work on projects around partnerships. So solidifying partnerships, growing partnerships, seeking out partnerships. And if you're single, you're going to be more inclined to want to partner up at this time. It can also show, you know, the beginnings of wanting to take a relationship public, perhaps, you know, like I said, business, professional or otherwise. And so really the focus here is on networking, socializing, balance and harmony, and really making your partnerships work for you. And like I said, Jupiter is going to be here all year, and in Libra can really get some results in terms of, you know, positive growth. And, you know, so in general, Jupiter is going to open up the things of Jupiter, which are travel, learning, new experiences, business opportunities. And for you, that's going to be happening largely through partnerships. So, okay, so let's look at what else is happening. The new moon does have very constructive aspects, sextiles with Saturn between the luminaries. So this is very good for taking the dreams and hopes of Jupiter and, you know, making them practically realizable. So you'll be structuring your goals, and, you know, there'll be an action plan for achieving what you want. So, you know, this is really going to help take things from the drawing board and into the sphere of the real world. And like I said, goal setting, you know, working with a purpose, especially around partnerships and significant one-on-one interactions and through consulting, if that's what you do. Okay, so the 4th of October has the Sun perfecting its sextile to Saturn, which is that goal-setting, organized, structural approach, working with peers and authority figures, so being very conscientious about getting results. And on the 5th, Venus is sextiling Pluto and Mars is squaring Jupiter. So for you, if there's a business project, because Mars is in your 10th house, or career project or scheme that you want to get off the ground, the Jupiter square Mars is going to give you a lot of energy and industry. Can be a little bit of excess energy, so you really want to manage it. But if there's something that you need to boost or push, that Venus sextile Pluto is going to help, because it's going to help with relating to other people and making other people amenable to you. So, you know, work that professionally, and if there's something that you need to really push or get off the ground, then this is the time to do it. So on the 7th of October, a bit more of a problematic aspect and one you just want to be aware of. The Sun will be squaring Pluto from your 7th to your 10th houses. So the Sun and Pluto together in difficult aspect can bring clashes with authority figures. You know, they can, you know, it has a way of bringing tensions that have been, you know, below the surface, but perhaps simmering, you know, into the light. So if there have been like background tensions, this could result in a bit more of a clash. You know, like I said, these can show power struggles. And for you, it's going to be happening in the house of career and partnerships. So one can see the potential for things getting pretty heavy. So watch out. Okay, so on the 11th, Mercury is joining Jupiter in your 7th house, and Mars is sextiling Neptune. So this is also a good day for business. You know, it's a good day for finalizing contracts, for having talks or discussions, you know, that will take things through into finalizing business deals, because Mercury and Jupiter work very well together. You know, it helps you see the big picture. It helps you present a good argument or rationale for what you're presenting. So it helps bring things together very nicely. And Mars is with the sextile to Neptune. That takes some of the excess energy or edge, you know, the impatience that Mars is feeling by being so strong is tempered a little bit. So you're more likely to be reflective, you know, so you're thinking about things rationally, not rashly. So this is an important point. So a very good day for negotiations, discussions, consolidating business deals, and, you know, good for partnership issues. Okay, so on the 13th and the 14th, but also more of a problematic day, you know, this one being a bit like the Pluto square Sun. I mean, Mercury will be squaring Mars, and Mercury will be sextiling Saturn on the 13th and the 14th. So Mercury sextile Saturn, this can make you a bit more gloomy and pessimistic. And Mars square Mercury is going to make you a bit more ill-tempered. So argumentative, defiant, like irritable, edgy. And because the Saturn sextile to Mercury is making you a bit more gloomy and pessimistic, you can see where this would go. You know, it's not going to help in an argument if you're taking a very pessimistic view of the future. So, you know, you might want to just cool your heels a little bit on this day, because, you know, tempers could be pretty high. And for you, this will be professionally. So all the more reason to watch out. So the full moon this month is going to be in your first house. And so the first house is you, it's your health and vitality. You know, it's you out in the world, it's how other people perceive you. And with a new moon in your 7th house, that's really the polarity, the give and take and fairness in partnerships. So the full moon has got some strong aspects with Uranus. Moon is conjunct Uranus and Sun is opposing Uranus. So, you know, there can be unexpected clashes in partnerships. Things come to a head, things culminate. So this could either be in the good way, because with Uranus, you never know. You know, things have a way of surprising you. So Uranus is really surprise, chance encounters, unexpected. You know, the moon and the sun are both involved. So this is could be men or women. So, and for you, it's in the house of other people in significant partnerships. So something could surprise you. So either something ends or something begins, or something, you know, light is shed on a certain issue. And, you know, the full moon is also inclined to make you more specific about your own needs and more driven in, you know, looking after yourself. And perhaps you'll be feeling less generous with others at this time. So expect the unexpected. Okay, so on the 19th and the 20th, these are days you might want to watch out, because you could be a little bit more accident prone. Mars is conjuncting Pluto in the 10th house. I mean, together they really pack a punch. So, you know, and in the 10th house in angle, it's really maximum punch. So very good for professional projects. You know, so if there's something that you're doing that corresponds to those energies, you know, it could be around construction or just something big and ambitious scheme, you know, this could take off. But, you know, with Mercury opposing Uranus at this time, you know, it could make you a little bit more accident prone, as, you know, so that's just something to take into account on this day. You don't want to hurt yourself. But like I said, that Mars conjunct Pluto on the 10th could be very good for business or for something really ambitious. or like I said, in terms of construction business, or, you know, anything that corresponds to that symbolism of Mars and Capricorn conjuncting Pluto, which is very ambitious, very driven, very intense. So yeah, so good for anything that's really like those things. So if you need to pack a punch professionally, this could be a good day, but do watch out for accidents and injury. So on the 23rd, the Sun is moving into Scorpio, and this is your 8th house, and there are going to be aspects between the Sun and Moon and Neptune in the 12th house. So, you know, this is going to put the spotlight, or, you know, it's going to be the start of something new around financial obligations, joint resources, so getting finances in order. And, you know, with Neptune in your 12th house, I'd say you're going to be weeding out a lot of superfluous things in your life, you know, deciding what doesn't work for you anymore. You know, all in the efforts to, you know, make your business schemes more realizable and make you as a person more efficient. So on the 29th, Mars is squaring Uranus, and that's also a day you'd want to watch out for any kinds of accidents and injury, because, you know, your first house, which is you yourself, is involved. So if you are involved in risky sports, or, you know, things where you get a lot of physical exercise like soccer or even gymming, you could pull a muscle or strain something at this time, or you'd be more likely to. So just be careful of any kinds of accidents. So on the 30th, you know, the month ends with a new moon in Scorpio, which is, like I said, that 8th house emphasis. And for you, like I said, I think that's really going to be weeding out what's superfluous in your life, you know, things that are unnecessary, things that don't serve you. But all in all, a very punchy month for you with Mars and Capricorn in your 10th house, where Mars, your ruling planet, is really going to be efficient, organized, resourceful, you know, wanting recognition and striving for results professionally, and it's going to have the wherewithal to do that. So enjoy that, enjoy getting ahead. Thank you for listening, and if you've enjoyed this forecast, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.